CBK gains control of SLFP, alliance to be formed. Sirisena's complaints to cunning fox. Ranil remains steadfast at meeting with Basil. North and estates to support Ranil.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
CBK gains control of SLFP, alliance to be formed. The aggravating crisis in the Sri Lanka Freedom Party turned for the worse after ex-chair Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga went to courts against incumbent Maithripala Sirisena. To understand that calamity with accuracy, what transpired so far needs to be lined up at least briefly. For the past few months, efforts were being made to form an alliance led by the SLFP. Taking it up were its government ministerial members, Nimal Lanza faction as well as Patali Ranawaka's party, with CBK in charge overall. First, it was planned to have either of the betel leaf or chair symbols. With Thilanga Sumatipala and Mahinda Amarawera clashing over the first one, attention focused on the latter. Emerging at this time was the issue of who would be their presidential candidate. All except Sirisena wanted to support President Ranil Wickremesinghe, while CBK had her hopes on Patali. Even Sirisena wanted to be the candidate. With CBK saying that she will withdraw, Lanza gave up and went for a vacation overseas. Things got messed up more when Basil Rajapaksa arrived with a call to hold the general election first. All of a sudden, Sirisena came out with his Easter Sunday attacks claim. He also became concerned by an alleged conspiracy to expel him from the chair. Then, he convened an EXCO meeting and removed the Amarawera, Alagiawane and Duminda trio from party positions. Although he accused them of supporting Ranil, he himself went and saw him in an attempt to save his skin over the Easter Sunday attacks issue. Anyway, an injunction is effective till Monday that annuls the trio's expulsion from SLFP office. Also, CBK obtained an order that prevents Sirisena from functioning as the party chair. Then, the trio went to the Dali Road headquarters and told the media that the hurdle against forming their alliance has now been removed. Without a doubt, they are being backed by CBK. In the meantime, Daya Siri Jayasekara has asked that he be appointed leader of the SLFP. It is a party that apparently gave birth to a majority of those in politics now. It also formed several victorious alliances. Nimal Siripala de Silva and Mahinda Amarawera give their best to use their planned alliance to support Ranil. Patali's URF believes that Ranil, rejected by the people, will not contest, and the common candidate will definitely emerge from this alliance. In the meantime, Lanza has bought a new party and entered the game afresh. He told journalists a few days ago that the SLFP-led alliance will not happen, as its internal issues presently before courts would take months to resolve. With the election nearing, it is pointless to keep hopes on that. So, we are resuming from a new party, he said. According to reports, that party belongs to a Muslim politician. For this to happen, CBK had to make a return and give the party a much-needed boost, just like she did in 1994. Sirisena's complaints to cunning fox. Headlines this time in President's E-column by Asoka Jayatunga in Washington, D.C. are as follows. Ranil changes course. Decision up to people whether to safeguard victory or fall back again. Countrywide motorcycle parade in Ranil's support. Sirisena's complaints to the cunning fox. 3 contenders for SLFP leadership. We put out the country's fire, but Trishaws run with NPP posters? Fox conspires at Kavinder's home? Experts go wrong in an attempt to ruin the fox? NPP faces internal trouble over debate delay? NPP's non-happening nation building? Trouble for NPP if Sajith says it in English? Sujith Mangala's unusual analysis on NPP votes? American Mahinda's Washington-Colombo bridge building operation? The column begins thus. It seems Ranil has now changed his course. Correct decisions have taken the economy on the correct path, and the country is strong now. Anyone is free to criticize us and do politics, People should decide whether to safeguard the victory gained or fall back again, the president said at the opening of a 365 million rupee 5-story gem tower in Ratnapura. I took over a country on fire. After we put it out, Trishaws run with NPP posters, he noted. Someone whispered that those ungrateful ones should be told so. Minister Ramesh Patharana said Hong Kong earns $12 billion a year from gems, while Thailand earns $6 billion, adding that our first aim is to earn $2 billion a year. In the nights, Ranil watches films on Netflix and listens to songs. He also gave away Rigam Awards. The Best Teledrama Award should go to Parliament's telecast, Ranil said to thunderous laughter. Rangai Bandara told the UNP Management Committee that 1,000 organisers would be appointed. Each will bring 60 people on May Day. Also, there will be a countrywide motorcycle parade in support of the president, he said. Ranil said a cabinet paper has been submitted for the UNP's politically victimised. They should submit their details now. Yala was a topic during a meeting on agriculture and tourism. Someone told Ranil that his friend Sajith Premadasa goes leopard watching in Yala, but never speaks about problems there. The cunning fox replied that Yala would be given facilities for him to continue leopard watching. Then he will speak. This time, the column has attacked the JVP-led NPP too, after its criticism of the SJB all this long. Ranil may have told Jayatunga that the JVP is up to no good. This is how the column goes about doing it. When the president was at a teacher appointment function at Temple Trees, his secretary Saman Ekanayaki got wind of a plan via WhatsApp against Ranil on the advice of a party that set the country on fire. It involved not standing up when he arrived, but 90% didn't do it. There was opposition to it too. Some asked what would happen if children did the same in the classroom and stressed that they do not respect an individual, but the position of head of state. And those reluctant others too stood up. On Wednesday, MPs met him and discussed the SJB Economic Council's challenge to the NPP for a debate on nation building. It was passed on to AKD and trouble is brewing there, they said. One remarked that Sajith had accepted. It will be a hit because no one understands their language. If Sajith explains things in English, AKD will be in further trouble, he added. Ranil told Sagala to get Sudarshana to telecast it live on ITN. At the Gem Tower opening, Shamara Sampath told Ranil not to have a face-off with Sajith. The Fox replied that Sajith's challenge is for AKD and it is purely a matter for the opposition. Speculation is rife that Sirisena pleaded with him for a meeting and complained about his political and legal problems when they met. The Fox just gave him a hearing. As he was leaving Ratnapura, he got a call from Information Director Dinith Chintaka Karunaratna that an injunction has been issued against Sirisena's SLFP chairmanship. Ranil telephoned several SLFPers and inquired about it. One said CBK, Nimal Siripala and Amarawera have been named to the chairmanship. On Thursday, he was at the Finance Ministry. Professor Ashu Marasinghe noted that the MPP says it will revive the country but does not say how. Without knowing it itself, the MPP is at an impasse over SJB's challenge, he said. Another remarked that the NPP has words only and no action whatsoever. The other thing is, people say that it is not apt to respond to the lies being spread by the JVP cadre. The JVP has provoked people by saying that they will lose their jobs if a coconut land in Kurunegala is given for a private university. It hides the benefits to the village from the university. They are a gang of hypocrites who are against the development of the country and the people, said Ashu. Sujith Mangala Silva's Lanka Newsweek carried an important analysis by academics about votes for the NPP. From its 3%, it will have to gain 1,482% and 14 times of votes for a win. That will never happen, said a presidential advisor. Jayatunga also gives some marks to his boss, US Ambassador Mahinda Samarasinghe. He came to Sri Lanka and saw the president to discuss many things. He said that he met the mayor of Washington and laid the foundation for a partnership between Washington and Colombo. Ranil appreciated it and told him to push for it. When he went on, that talks were also on with the mayor to bring him, and a business delegation from DC to Sri Lanka, Ranil said, "Excellent." Ranil remained steadfast at meeting with Basil. Several media outlets reported about yet another meeting between Ranil and Basil. Political sources say the talks at the President's House in Colombo focused on future elections and the prevailing politics. Basil repeated that holding a general election first is beneficial to the country. But Ranil remained with his unwavering stand. He even refused it when Basil suggested holding both elections on the same day. With their meeting ending without agreement, the Election Commission made an announcement. Both elections cannot be held on the same day due to practical issues, a commission spokesman said. So, the SLPP will have to do with presidential polls. It will soon have to decide whether to support Ranil, Field Namal, or someone else. North and Estates to support Ranil. Now all presidential hopefuls are focusing on the North. Ranil visited the province several times in the past few months and got involved in development projects. Sajith, too, addressed Tamil people during visits to schools there. Just recently, AKD was in Jaffna for the provincial meeting of the Lanka Teachers Services Union. Tamil National Alliance parliamentarian M.A. Sumanthiran was a notable participant. TNA, or its main affiliate ITAK, is yet to approve a suggestion by ex-Chief Minister C.V. Vigneswaran to field a Tamil candidate from the two provinces. He held talks with TNA affiliates and other Tamil parties in that regard as well. Sampanthan opposed it, saying it will divide Tamil votes and will come in the way of a political solution for their issues. However, ITAK leader S. Sritharan has reportedly given his unofficial consent to the proposal. Anyway, Ranil plans to have the entire northern votes for himself, so he is liaising with the Tamil diaspora and seeking India's support too to get the estates to follow suit. That is why he sent National Security Advisor Sagala Ratnayaka to New Delhi recently. His visit is said to be a resounding success. By the weekend he will lay the groundwork for his entry in the presidential race. Then there will be 3 contenders. That's it for today.